What up? What up? Shout out to everybody, man. Um, hey, yo, how's my sound? Can y'all hear me? Hey, yo, how's my sound? Can y'all hear me? We good? All right, sound is Gucci. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to the Dime Game Division, man. Shout out to the moderators. Um, we're gonna chop it up for a second, man. I actually ran across this story a couple days ago, man. Um, on Instagram, it came across my desk, and it was about a beauty pageant that happened in Nevada, Miss Nevada beauty pageant. And look, it was a man that won the beauty pageant. You know what I mean? And I think that's very problematic. You know what I mean? How can one man beat 21 women in a woman's beauty pageant, rather? You know, I got to stop using the word female. It's just the military talk. But that's problematic, man. You know what I mean? Nonetheless, it really is. It's like either there is some kind of agenda going on, or the 21 women was horrible. Was horrible. You know what I'm saying? I would lean toward the agenda. Or I might be 50-50. But nah, real talk. I would lean more toward agenda. There's no way that a man can beat out 21 women at being a woman. There's no way that can happen. That's like a woman, you know. Yeah, women can try to compete with men, but at the end of the day, look, man, it's only so far she's gonna go with that before a man just overpowers her. You know what I'm saying? How do I go back to your old lives? My live streams is on my Patreon, man. You know what I mean? The majority of content is all of the content is on the Patreon. It's on the Patreon. So yeah, that's where it's at. You can go in the description box and you can find a link to my Patreon. And I would say if you get a $10 Patreon with me, you got access to 90% of the shit. If you get a $1 Patreon, you got access to maybe 50%. If you got a $5 Patreon, you got access to maybe 60%. If you got a $30 Patreon, you got access to 100%. And that's the top tier is $30. Anyway, but back to the show, man. This shit is problematic, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women ask for equality. That's what a lot of women wanted, man. A lot of women wanted equality. And now you have men invading women's spaces, and a lot of women don't like it because they competing with women and they win it. They win it. Point blank, period, man. They are winning. A lot of women don't like it, man. And it's like, well, this is what y'all wanted. You know what I mean? I'm not condoning a man acting like a woman, but I'm saying as women, y'all can't have it both ways, man. If you want equality, this is what it looks like. Y'all know what equality looks like? When you're riding on the side of the highway and a woman get a flat tire and a man don't stop to help her. He's like, she can do it on her own. Is it fucked up? Maybe a little bit, but is it real? 1 billion%. You see what I'm saying? That's what equality looks like. Equality looks like letting women stand in line for an hour at the club while niggas just roll up in there. That's what equality looks like. Equality looks like, and this is going to sound really fucked up, but when you on the subway or the bus and a woman get on with her kids and you let them stand up. I guess that can kind of be mean, but This shit happens every day. Maybe I wouldn't do it, but a lot of niggas will. A lot of niggas will. Equality looks like if a woman is arguing with a man and that man gets physical and that woman gets physical, nobody stopped the man from getting on her ass. That's what equality looks like, man. Equality looks like if you work at a warehouse and a woman got to pick up a heavy ass box, no man is going to help her. And you got to understand, like, a lot of guys is on that shit. A lot of guys is on that shit, man. You know, but here's my thing. A lot of women have invaded male spaces. You know, we got female referees in the NFL. We got women coaches in the NBA. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, women can't complain when men start beating women in beauty pageants. Women can't complain when other men start taking their husbands. You can't complain. And we all know there's a percentage of men that like transsexual women. Young Buck, anybody? Young Buck, Bobby Valentino, Eddie Murphy, Teddy Pendergrass. It's a whole list of these guys out here. It's a whole list of these cats out here, man. Dwight Howard, Malik Yoba, Mr. C. Yo, I got a list longer than my, but it's 100. You can't get mad when another man put on Tevin Campbell, when another man puts on a dress and come and take your boyfriend or husband. You wanted equality. I'm not saying that is right. I'm saying that's what it looks like, man. That's all I'm saying. Equality looks like, okay, women are going to invade male spaces, but a lot of men are going to invade women's spaces. Women want to compete with men, but you can't get mad when men compete with women. Serena Williams is a very good tennis player, the best ever. But she's the best ever at being a woman. Serena Williams couldn't compete with the worst male tennis player. She'll lose. Just being honest, she'll lose. To the worst male tennis player, she'll lose. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I think a lot of women got to rethink that word equality. And when I say equality, I mean trying to compete with men. I'm not saying, you know, women can't vote or work or none of that stupid, goofy stuff. No, I'm talking about if women want to be in male spaces, you can't get mad if a male want to be in a women's space, is what I'm saying. Imagine if men, y'all think about this very, very clear. Imagine if men, black men in particular, got into the hair care industry. Black men would dominate at running beauty shops. Real talk. Real talk. But nobody says nothing when a woman works at a barbershop, right? Fair enough. A woman can cut hair. Imagine if men say, you know what, it's a lot of money in this hair industry. A lot of money. Billions of dollars. Billions of dollars women spend on their hair. Billions of dollars. Now you got some gay men that do it. But imagine if a bunch of straight, muscle-bound, good-looking men start working in beauty parlors. It's over. It's over. Why? Because the men come to compete. Men come to compete. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? And that'd be crazy, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I think I'm gonna drop the link in a minute. If anybody want to get on, this fucking light is killing my eyes. But yeah, that's the point. Matter of fact, a quick sidebar. Hey yo, did anybody see Bobby Brown last night? I ain't gonna lie, man. Bobby Brown was under a lot of pressure, man. We gonna pray for Bobby Brown. Bobby was sweating like R. Kelly at a daycare, man. I felt bad for Bobby Brown because Keith Sweat was so smooth. You know, he was a little drunk, but Keith Sweat was so smooth up there. Keith Sweat still looking good. He was working out. You know what I mean? Bobby looked bad, man. And I like Bobby, but I felt kind of bad for him, man, because Keith Sweat was just roasting him the whole time, and Bobby couldn't even keep up. Bobby was sweating. He was out of shape. You know what I mean? Bobby Brown was under a lot of pressure, man. And then he came out with the Jordans on and the white tee. I'm like, no, Bobby, no. At least he got his jaw fixed. I remember for like 10 years, Bobby Brown's jaw was crooked. That's that cocaine life. I nigga shit was crooked. Like, I'm glad he got his jaw fixed, but that wasn't a good look for Bobby Brown last night, man. It just wasn't. It wasn't a good look for him, man. It showed a lot of years of drugging and partying, and that's what happens to your body. You know what I mean? You get the two-tone lip. Anybody you see with a two-tone lip like that, I mean, they drink a lot. You know what I mean? Bobby went through a lot, man. Lost his wife, lost his daughter, lost his son. Bobby Brown went through a lot. But nonetheless, man, his problem was drugs. And I was watching it last night. I just felt bad for the dude, man. Like, yo, somebody give Bobby Brown a glass of water, B. Put some ice cubes in that joint, too. And I ain't even trying to laugh, man. I mean, it was kind of funny, but Keith Sweat was roasting them the whole time. A lot of people ain't know Keith Sweat was trolling Bobby Brown. Was trolling this dude the whole time. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I mean, Bobby Brown, big ass, still has some dance moves. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he hit a couple dance moves. I was like, oh, he still got the left foot. I got you. But I was like, man, I think they should have gave Bobby some time to get his body right. Personally. That's what I think. I think they should have gave Bobby some time to get his body right. I mean, he was sweating profusely on stage, man. He was sweating profusely, you know. Yo, it just wasn't a good look, man. I'm gonna keep this camera off for a minute, man. Cut this light out. But shout out to Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown, man. You know what I mean? Legends, pioneers in the game. But at the end of the day, that's what hitting the wall looks like for a man. A lot of people don't know Keith Sweat is older than Bobby Brown. Keith Sweat, I don't know, man. Keith Sweat might be 7, 8 years older than Bobby Brown. But Keith Sweat still looked like a young man. You know what I mean? Keith Sweat is almost 60, man. But he's in shape. You know, he still got his hairline. He still can move around. You know what I mean? That's what taking care of yourself will get you, man. Bobby Brown, Keith Sweat, 59. I mean, that is a 60-year-old man up there. No homo. That nigga look good to be 60, bro. No homo. No homo. He ain't got no injuries. Like I say, he still got his hair. His speech ain't slurred. You can tell he's been drug-free. That's what taking care of yourself gets you, man. No cap. No cap. A lot of people don't think about that when you're young, man. It's like, okay, I'm living for the day, but one day I am going to be 50, 60 years old. A lot of people don't think about that kind of stuff, man. I mean, I think about it from time to time. Like, okay, how can you age gracefully? I mean, everybody hits the wall, but when you hit the wall is the is the major key. You know what I mean? Some people hit the wall. Like I say, Keith Sweat, 60 years old, bro. He has not hit the wall. If anybody say Keith Sweat hit the wall, you a goddamn gonna lie. Bobby Brown smacked into that wall. You know what I mean? He smacked into that wall. Just it is what it is, man. And a lot of people think I be bugging when I be talking about this self-improvement stuff, da 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 da. But it's like, how do you want your story to be told? We all gonna get old. Do you want to be 60 years old on a walker? Do you want to be 60 years old in a wheelchair? Do you want to be 60 years old where you need an in-home nurse? Or do you want to be 60 years old on some Keith Sweat where you can still get out here? I know Keith Sweat can get him a 21-year-old girlfriend. I know he can. Now, that's the guy that can do it. That's the guy that can do it. Keith Sweat, no doubt in my mind. If he wanted a 21-year-old girlfriend, he can have 2 of them. He got 3 of them. I mean, look at the guy, man. He took care of himself, man. Hard work pays off, man. Now, if Bobby Brown wanted a 21-year-old girlfriend, he going to have to bring his checkbook. Snapple top facts. I should have went live yesterday and just did a class on this. Like, okay, y'all think Bobby Brown is going to get out here and get a 21-year-old girlfriend? I mean, Bobby Brown got a beautiful wife. Don't get it twisted. She ain't 21 though. But he does have a beautiful wife. Don't get it twisted. She's very, very beautiful. She's very, very beautiful. But what I'm saying, I'm talking about guys without the money. I'm talking about regular guys. If a regular guy without the fame and the money looked like Keith Sweat and a regular guy looked like Bobby Brown, but they didn't have the money and status, Keith Sweat would win 10 times out of 10. And Bobby Brown would have to bring his checkbook, his American Express, his Capital One, and his Visa card. And he gonna have to get a girl some marijuana. I'm just being 100, man. Bobby Brown got the beer stomach. I mean, this guy was looking bad, man. He got the beer stomach. He got the beer belly going on. He got the two-tone lip from drinking. You know, his voice is gone. Bobby Brown's voice is hit. You know what I mean? That's smoking a bunch of cigarettes and weed and coke, and his voice is gone, bro. I mean, he can still hold the note, but nah, Bobby Brown's voice is hit. No cap. It's hit. Same thing happened to Whitney Houston's voice before she died. Whitney Houston's voice, it wasn't really the drugs with Whitney, it was the cigarettes. And Whitney had one of the best voices of all time, probably the best voice. But she messed up her voice smoking cigarettes. And before she died, Whitney Houston could not hit a high note. It's a sad story, man. It's a sad story, man. I ain't gonna cap. I'm not even trying to be funny. It's sad. It's sad, man. You know, but that's a class to young people. Like, okay, what do you want to be when you get 60? Do you want to be Bobby Brown or you want to be Keith Sweat? You can pick right now. At 21 years old, you can pick who you want to be. It's all about your decisions. You could be Bobby or you could be Keith. Most people going to choose Keith. Snapple top. It just is what it is. Most people, everybody would choose Keith. I'm talking about most people. I'm tripping. Everybody would choose Keith Sweat. Based off the decisions that you make. Keith Sweat can get a 21-year-old girlfriend with no problem. Bobby Brown, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. His personality is hit. Bobby Brown used to be funny. He used to be charismatic. I understand he's been through a lot. But Bobby, I just felt bad because he just couldn't keep up. Like, it's like the old boxer that lost a step. You know what I mean? Real talk. The old boxer that lost a step, man. You like, damn, son. You used to be bobbing and weaving. Now you stay on your back, man. What's up with this, man? But, I mean, it happens. But we're going to celebrate those guys because they legends. You know what I mean? I ain't going to sit here and just do Bobby, but I got to be honest, man. Bobby smacked into that wall. Bobby Brown hit the wall 20 years ago. Let's keep it a buck. Bobby Brown hit the wall 20 years ago, man. Snapple top. He just been holding on. He got his jaw fixed. He got his teeth fixed. All right, cool. Bought you some time, bro. But come on, man. Come on, man. Anyway, back to the show. Equality, man. A lot of women got to be careful on this equality thing because I was paying attention to social media, and a lot of women felt some type of way because the man had won the beauty pageant contest. But it's like, well, let's go back to the BET Awards, right? Y'all remember when Lil Nas X was on the BET Awards, kissing the man and all that, and all those women got up and clapped? Well, this is what y'all clapping for. It's all fun and games to clap at Lil Nas X when he's kissing a man until he start kissing your man. You know what I mean? And then it's all fun and games until your man don't come home from the gym. But don't nobody want to talk about that. You thought he went to the gym. He didn't get out the locker room. He was in there with Lil Nas X. It's all fun and games. The same ones that's clapping is the same ones that's going to be crying. Snapple top facts. Just being honest, man. I don't think a lot of women thought that far, though. Personally, I don't. Because a lot of women think it ain't going to happen to them. Look, man, I just gave you a list of names of guys that love to sleep with men. Dwight Howard, Malik Yoba, Mr. C, Young Buck. Young Buck lives with his trans girlfriend now. He lives with her now. Bobby Valentino, Teddy Pendergrass, Eddie Murphy. Yeah, Dr. Dre is, Dr. Dre. There's no proof, but that's word on the street, Dr. Dre. And these just the people that we know about. These just the people that we know about. Yo, man, I'm not even going to say no names. It was a black woman doing content, right? She's a pretty big black female content creator. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want no drama right now. She went into a chat room. This is real talk. Y'all got to pay attention to this. I'm not going to say no names. It was a black female content creator that went into a dating site, rather. She went on the dating site posing as a transsexual woman, right? So she could have some content. You know, she one of them. But let's just stay on track. So she went on the dating site acting like a transsexual woman, Paris Milan. And she came back with so much proof and evidence about black men and transsexual women. I'm like, okay, this is a problem. Now, I already knew this. I've already knew this. Why? I'm going to tell you. My mother used to stay in East Baltimore off of North Avenue, right? And this was a permanent, I guess, prostitute destination where the streetwalkers would walk. And a lot of them was transsexual women. Like my mom lived like right there. She used to live right there on the strip. And we used to see these guys picking up these transsexual women all night. Like, I swear to God, like guys would try to hide their faces and stuff. But it's like, dog, it's 2 a.m, man. You in the hood trying to pick up a trans, whatever, right? I've seen that for years, man. Like my mom used to call me with these stories and we would just laugh at it. Like, yo, these guys are tripping, man. And I used to live in Durham, North Carolina. I used to live in Durham, right by Roxborough Street. That's where the streetwalkers hang out in Durham. And it was this one transsexual girl. She made more money than a real woman. You know what I'm saying? And I used to see these guys all night. So I've already knew this kind of stuff. Like, man, these guys are crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Real talk. This is nothing new. It's nothing new. It's all fun and games until black women start losing their men to other men. You know what I'm saying? And we can try to downplay it. We can try to, oh, that's shaming language. Nah, man, it's true, man. This is not a narrative. I've seen it with my own eyes, bro. This is not a narrative, man. It is factual. It is factual, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a fact. I don't know the numbers. I don't know the percentage, but this is not, you know, any kind of shaming language at this point. It's like this is becoming a problem. It's becoming a problem, man. You know, so a lot of black women better be careful what they ask for, you know, because I know a lot of black women, they be dressing their sons up in high heels and stuff like that, trying to be cute and let their little sons play with Barbie dolls and all of that. I mean, it's all good until her new boyfriend waking up in the bed with her son. You know what I mean? Stuff like that be happening, man. Like, yo, what is going on? So that equality thing, man, it's not always good, man. You know, we got to analyze this thing the right way. And it's probably going to hurt a lot of people in the end. But again, we haven't thought that far yet with a lot of this stuff. I have no problem with a lot of women trying to compete with men. I don't. Like, if a woman want to work at a male barbershop, fair enough. If a woman want to be a referee in the NFL or the NBA, fair enough. Fair enough. You know what I'm saying? I can't stop you. I ain't got the power to say no. But I tell you this, you better not say one word when that man win that beauty pageant. You better shut your mouth. Real talk. You better shut your mouth. You better not say a one word. Oh, women, we can do the same thing y'all can do. Fair enough. See, the men ain't gonna stop you, but you better not fix your lips to say nothing when that man get up there and win Miss Nevada. You better shut your mouth. Real talk. Yo, man, I gotta tell y'all something too. So I was driving on a highway. This is no cap. I was driving on a highway. I know it was last week or whatever the case was. I was driving on a highway last week, right? And I seen a woman, look like she got a teenage son out there trying to change a tire on the side of the road. Now, you got to understand, I'm doing 70 miles per hour or whatever. It wasn't no way that I could stop. But I'm like, well, she got a son out there. And now you would think a teenage boy would know how to change a tire, right? Real talk. Now, you would think that this would be the case. You know, I would say a 12, 13-year-old boy should know how to change a tire. Let's keep it above. You know, they should at least have the fundamentals down. You know what I mean? It looked like they were struggling with that tire. Looked like they were struggling with the tire. And like I say, I was breezing by. I didn't really see everything. But nobody stopped and helped. I mean, granted, you on the highway, people not really, you know, inclined to stop. But I'm like, all right, she got a man with her, probably her son. You know what I mean? He should know how to change the tire. He should know how to put the donut on, you know, at least. But a lot of young men don't have these skills, man. And at that point, even if a woman is a single mother, she should be getting her son into mentorship programs. And the son should be hanging out with at least the uncles or the granddad or the older cousins so he can pick up on some man skills. You know what I mean? Get him off of social media so he can hang around some men. Because you never know where your tire going to go out and your son ain't going to be able to help you. Your son ain't going to be able to help you. And that's the major key. But again, a lot of people don't think that far, man. You know what I mean? A lot of people, their minds don't even go to those kind of places. So it's like, whatever, right? You know what I mean? It's like, whatever, right? So it is what it is, man. I think that we all need to see the writing is really on the wall. Anytime you got a man that can beat 21 women at a beauty pageant contest, that's a problem, man. You know what I mean? And it's not a good look for the women either. It's like, yo, man, y'all not feminine enough to be the man? What's going on? It's not a good look for women either. It's just not. It's just not, man. I'm sorry. It's just not. Y'all know in places like Brazil, places like Thailand, they have transsexual beauty pageants and stuff like that. And it's pretty big, too. It's not small stuff, man. It's pretty big, man. You know what I'm saying? If you do your research on it. And a lot of people be coming from all around the world to witness this. I don't really understand the appeal, but you know what I mean? People come from all over the world to witness that kind of stuff, man. So that kind of stuff is spreading, man. It's spreading, you know. Next thing you know is going to be a Miss America. That's really a man. Real talk. Real talk. I don't even know at this point, man. I think that's on the women. That's on the women. I had a little cousin, right? And we was growing up. I got to be real. Like his mom used to let him wear high heels and stuff, and she thought it was funny. Man, my cousin is sweeter than iced tea at this point. But she probably could have prevented this stuff when she was young, man. You know what I mean? She thought it was funny, and a lot of people thought it was cute. He used to walk around in high heels and play around in her makeup. And needless to say, my cousin is sweeter than summertime Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? And that's really an understatement. You know what I mean? That's really an understatement. You know, because you got let's be real. You got gay and you got gay. Y'all know what gay is. Atlanta Airport gay. You know what I'm saying? Lenox Mall gay. Let's be honest, man. You got gay and you got gay. We talking about Atlanta Airport Delta. Yeah, you got that. You know what I mean? You got Midtown Atlanta gay. It's a major difference. So you got gay and you got gay. Because I never understood, and I'm going to say this and let me get out this topic. Yo, man, what people do in their bedroom is on them, right? I mean, that's something we can't control. You know, what people do in their bedroom got nothing to do with me. But what does being gay have to do with putting on a dress? Can somebody draw the correlation to me? For real. Like, what does you sleeping with the same sex have to do with you dressing like a woman? I've never understood the correlation. That's two different things. It's two different things. You know what I mean? It just is. Who you sleep with is who you sleep with. But what does that have to do with you putting on a dress? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like my cousin, he wasn't gay. He was gay. He was Tyler Perry, Medea gay. You know what I mean? Like he was a Tyler Perry love scene in the movie gay. Y'all ever notice when Tyler Perry do these love scenes, he look mad uncomfortable. That's when you kind of know something ain't right. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I fuck with Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry employs a lot of black people. You know, he's a billionaire. Got it out the mud. Tyler Perry employs a lot of black people. But let's keep it real. Tyler Perry liked playing Madea, bro. Because remember, Tyler Perry said he's not doing any more Madea movies. And then he changed his mind. Like, yeah, Medea's coming back to Netflix for a series. Yo, man, I'm like, yo, this guy like playing Madea. You already a billionaire, bro. Like, what's the appeal at this point? You made the money, bro. Now he doing it for the sport. He like, and I'm not getting paid either. I'm donating the money to charity. I don't even want the money from Madea. I just want to play Madea. I'm like, yo, this guy's crazy, man. You know what I mean? And I don't want nobody to think that I'm a homophobic dude, because I'm not. I have a lot of gay people in my family, man. No cap. You know what I mean? Not that that mean anything, but I'm kind of used to it, man. Every time I go home for a funeral, it's like, it's about to be crazy. It's like Pride Month. But at the end of the day, you know, a lot of this stuff is biting women, coming back and biting them. The same women that stand up and clap for Lil Nas X, the same women that clap for Lil Nas X, is the same woman that man don't come home from the gym and she can't find him because he's stuck in the locker room. She bring her new boyfriend home to meet the kids, and he come over. He don't even want to hang out with the moms no more. He just want to take the kids camping. Like, yeah, I'm going to take Lil Nas camping this weekend. Me and him going to go fishing. You know what I mean? But we're not going to get a hotel. We're going to pitch a tent in the woods. And by the way, I only got one sleeping bag. But that's fine. I'm going to train him military style, you know. We're going to do some cold weather training. Because, you know, in the military, like when you sleep in your sleeping bag in the wintertime, like you're supposed to strip naked. You know what I mean? That's how you keep warm, if people don't know. So if you ever get stuck in Alaska with a sleeping bag, don't sleep with your clothes on. Take all your clothes off, and that way, you know, because the sleeping bag going to insulate you, and then the heat from your body going to warm you up. But that's what he's going to be doing. Like, yeah, we're going to go camping, and but I only got one sleeping bag. So, you know, I'm going to take Lil Nas X fishing. We're going to go hunting too. They never going to make it out the sleeping bag. They never made it out the sleeping bag. You know what I mean? Real talk. It sounds crazy, but a lot of women going to get their waking up call. Like, yo, what in the world? Just kidding. People laughing, man. Dog, go back and watch the clips of the BET Awards, because I seen the clips, and it was nothing but black women standing up applauding Lil Nas X. It was a couple men standing up too, but they gave Lil Nas X a standing ovation for a whack song. The song is whack, it's trash, it's not even hip hop. They don't even like the song, they don't even know the words of the song, but they gave Lil Nas X a standing ovation because he kissed a man on stage at the BET Awards. All right, fair enough. It's all fun and games until your new boyfriend come home and he take your son camping. And you know you've been letting your little son walk around in your high heels, and he only got one sleeping bag. She like, yeah, y'all gonna get a hotel room with separate beds? Like, no, we're gonna pitch a tent. Yeah, I'm gonna teach the little soldier how to pitch a tent. Like, you know, I was in the Boy Scouts back in the day, and I'm gonna show him how to be a man this weekend. You know, I ain't have enough money for 2 sleeping bags, so I got one big one. You know, but we'll be all right. We'll be all right. This nigga, you know what I mean? He pitching tent and pitching woo. But it's all fun and games, man. That's why I say, man, people better be careful what you ask for. When you pray for rain, you got to deal with mud, bro. A lot of people don't think about the mud. A lot of people don't think about the mud. Yo, y'all want to hear something sick? Well, it's not even sick because it's real. I used to date this girl, right? And shout out to her, man. Well, one of the best girlfriends I ever had, but her family was really dysfunctional. She was real cool. Her family was really, really dysfunctional. And, she from a small town in South Carolina, and I came to meet her family. And so her mom's got this real young boyfriend, right? There's no cap. I think her mom's was in her 50s and the boyfriend was in her 30s or whatever. Well, her husband, some real small town crazy stuff. And I remember my girlfriend told me that the husband slept with her sister. So the husband slept with the mom's other daughter, and they still married. And they all of them be doing Christmas. We all did Christmas together that year. I'm like, y'all not uncomfortable? Y'all not uncomfortable? Like, how does a family get over that? You know what I mean? But yeah. And it's crazy because the husband and the daughter probably around the same age. So that's just a desperate woman, man. She was just desperate for a man. And there's a lot of women out there like that, man. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, it's a lot of women out there like that, bro. They just get desperate for a man and they'll bring anybody around their kids. I'm like, a sensible woman would kill that man. Probably shouldn't say that on YouTube, but a sensible woman would kill that man. But nah. How is your husband sleeping with your daughter? I mean, it wasn't, no, they slept together. You know what I mean? They slept together. It wasn't no funny business. No, they slept together. I'm like, this is crazy. Meaning they was attracted to each other. I'm like, wow. And I knew something was off because she from Fort Sumter, South Carolina, man. Small town or close by Fort Sumter, South Carolina. And me and her, we had went to see the family and we was on leave with each other and we was just kicking it, right? But I knew the energy was off with the family. I'm like, all right, what's really going on around here? It was like something wasn't right. And me and her had a conversation and she kind of told me about our dysfunctional family. Like, yeah, my mom's husband slept with my sister. I'm like, word. I'm like, oh, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Mm-hmm. It is what it is, man. Now, my thing is this, man. Nah, I'm not going to say that. Nah, I'm not going to say that, man. But people got to do better, man. People got to do better out here, man. And then we wonder why, a lot of black families got so much dysfunction. A lot of it is surrounded by sex. There's nothing wrong with sex, but, it is something wrong with debauchery. You know what I mean? It is something wrong with skullduggery. And that's what it is, man. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. A lot of people can't control themselves sexually, man. A lot of people can't. A lot of people can't. I think sex for some people is one of the worst drugs out there, man. Because, I mean, yeah, it makes people feel good, man. But sex can be a distraction from people's problems. A lot of people use sex for revenge. I mean, you can use sex in many different ways to suit your agenda. You know what I mean? People do it every day. I think that a lot of people at this point, they don't even want to control themselves. It is what it is, man. My two first cousins slept together. The whole family found out. Wow. First cousins? They must be from the South. Because, the South is different, man. The South roll a little different. I got to be honest. you know, the self role kind of different, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can't be doing stuff like that, man. I mean, at this point, I think for some people anything goes. Cousins, stepsisters, or yo, let me ask y'all this. Now, is it wrong to sleep with a stepsister or stepbrother? Like, let's say the mother and father got married and both of them had teenage kids. One had a teenage son and one had a teenage daughter. Is it wrong if I mean, they're not biological, man. Is it wrong? I know y'all not gonna tell the truth in the chat room. It don't matter. Y'all not gonna be honest about this one. Y'all not gonna tell the truth, man. Y'all not gonna tell the truth and shit. I think that happens more. I think that happens more often than not. I'm gonna be honest. I believe it do. I believe it does. I mean, biologically, they're not related, man. People like Boogie, move on. I gotta see where y'all mind at. But they're not related. I mean, in my world, is it morally wrong? I mean, depending on who you're talking to. Okay, what if the mother and father got married and the kids was in their 20s? You know what I'm saying? So mother, father got married. One of them had a 21-year-old son. One of them had a 21-year-old daughter. They're not living in the house no more. I mean, I think at that point, I'll give that a pass, personally. I would give it a pass, personally. And I'm saying this because I know people that did that, man. I never did it because I never had a stepsister. But I know people that did it, man. And it's like, all right, well, I can see the logic in it because y'all not related. You know what I'm saying? I know two people that did it, man. So, you know, I know two people that did it. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not saying that I would do it, but I know people that did it. My homie slept with his son because he hit out. Yo, man, it's a lot of stuff that goes on out here, man, that you know, it's kind of ill. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, the stepfather slept with his stepdaughter, man. You know, stuff like that, man. I can't deal with stuff like that, man. You know what I mean? Because it tore that family apart too. I mean, obviously it would. And I'm like, well, what is going on with the mother where she stayed with a man that slept with her daughter? I mean, obviously you can't get rid of your daughter, but you can get rid of the husband. I'm like, yo, this is some small town effery right here, man. I just couldn't believe it. I don't think this stuff got anything to do with porn, man. I think if you give people options, right? If you give people options and say, well, you can do what you want, well, we see what happens. A lot of people, they don't have any kind of internal governor on themselves. They can't govern themselves. A lot of people can't. And this is what we're seeing. You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it even got anything to do with porn. It has to do with who people are. You know what I mean? If you don't have any kind of boundaries, if you don't have any kind of shame, because that's what people try to do. They're trying to take the shame out of society, right? So you can't shame anybody. Somebody could be 600 pounds overweight. And they'd be like, well, you know, she's not fat. She's big and beautiful. No, she's a land whale. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? If don't nobody shame her, how's she going to lose weight? But don't nobody care about that. You know what I mean? But the moment, she has a heart attack or something like that, it's like, oh, she should have lost weight. Nah, ain't nobody say nothing. You ain't got to be mean about it, but it's like, come on, man. At what point are people going to get back to some kind of shame? Like, yo, you know what? A father should pull his kids to the side and say, y'all got to lose weight or whatever the case. A mother should pull her kids to the side and say, y'all need to start working out. I ain't raised y'all like this. Nope. Everybody's scared to tell people the truth. And you left with what you left with. Back in the day when somebody got bullied, right? The bully either made you get better or the bully broke you, man. Take your pick. You see what I'm saying? The bully made you get your stuff together. Because just imagine if you got teased in school every day, right? For some people, it broke them and they just became crazy. But for some people, they're like, all right, I got something for you. And they got better. You know what I mean? It's like 50-50. But that was a time where that was appropriate. You know what I mean? You never know what somebody's catalyst is going to be for change. But when you have a society where nobody can say anything, it's like, well, damn. I mean, okay, it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? And that's what people trying to do. They're trying to take all the shame out of society. And like I say, you ain't got to be nasty and mean about it, but truth is truth. So it's kind of like the church, right? Like there was a time where a lot of pastors would preach out against homosexuality. Now a lot of pastors, they can't no more. Why? Because of the money. You see what I'm saying? Now a lot of pastors are cool with that because that's where a lot of their money come from. If a large percentage of your church is homosexual, there's no way that you're going to miss out on that money. You see what I'm saying? So we live in a corrupted society as a whole. You know what I mean? The environment is bad and people are responding to the environment. Point blank, period. Not to say that personal choice ain't got nothing to do with it or whatever, because accountability is important, but everybody's responding to the environment. And you got what you got. So now you got preachers that's scared to preach the word of God. But they say they believe in the Bible. But they pick and choose what parts of the Bible that they read, kind of like those Hebrew Israelite motherfuckers that just get on my nerves, and they stay doing that. You know what I'm saying? You can't pick and choose what books you read from the Bible. You can't do that. You can't do that. If you're going to read the Bible, you got to read it through and through. Through and through. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of Hebrew Israelite dudes, they always want to talk about how the Bible says this, that, and the third when it comes to women submitting to a man and all that other kind of crap. But it's like, well, you know, Proverbs 22 says a man that finds a good wife finds a good thing. But don't nobody want to say that. All of a sudden they forget it. Like, oh, we don't count the New Testament. Man, shut up, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't use the Bible for your own agenda. And that's what a lot of people do. For your own agenda, man. And that's why I believe a lot of people just stopped going to church, man. Because it became a sideshow. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to disrespect the church, but it's the truth. It became a sideshow, man. You know? It's no more fearless pastors, man. Like a pastor that's going to get up there and tell it like it is. Nowadays, the pastor's doing whatever they want to do. The pastor's doing whatever. So, you know, I don't know, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just Boogie from Baltimore, man. I ain't got all the answers, but there's no more shame in society is all I'm saying. There's no more shame, bro. No more shame. There's no more shame. That was a time if you did something wrong in school and you came home, man, you walk with your head down because you know your family going to get you. The people in the neighborhood going to shame you. Oh, you cutting up in school. Get over here, boy. You know what I mean? Those days is over with. You can't even say nothing to kids no more. You can barely say something to them no more. It's crazy. A lot of these young kids don't even believe in consequences. You know, so I don't know what's going to happen in the years to come. Um, everything does start at home. So if you a man and you got a family, that's your maximum influence. You can't change society, but you can control what goes on under your house. If you're a woman and you got a family, you can't change society, but you can control what your kids do. That's the only thing you can control. And if everybody get that straight, then things wouldn't be that bad. You can't control what your neighbor do, but you can control what your family do. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I'm gonna say this last little piece and I'm gonna ride out, but I got a homegirl of mine. Well, I got this woman that I know, and her daughter was she was doing an Instagram live, and I was watching her Instagram live, and she got a teenage daughter, and I was just watching. She knew I was in there, and she's a real pretty young girl or whatever, teenage girl, and it was so many grown men coming into her Instagram live chat room saying all kind of stuff. Hey, send me your Cash App, or I wanna meet up with you tonight, and let me come see you. Woo, woo, woo. So I got on her Instagram live. Like I sent a request and I got on and I said, "What's up with all these old men coming up in your chat room?" She like, "We don't pay attention to that." You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, they just trolls. I'm like, you know what? A lot of these young girls, they just kind of immune to it at this point. You know what I'm saying? I got on her Instagram live and I'd be like, yo, man, watch yourself out here, man. Watch yourself out here. You got grown men up in your chat room talking about they want to see you tonight. Woo, woo, woo. And I told her, I got on her Instagram live, and I had a conversation with her mother about it. You can't stop the trolling. I get it. It comes with the territory. But a lot of these young girls are getting exposed to too much too early, man. Real talk. They getting exposed to too much too early. If my daughter was doing an Instagram live and I seen a grown man in there talking about, let me see you tonight, I'll be doing this live stream from a collect call behind a plexiglass. Real talk. And I do it with a smile on my face too. Just make sure y'all super chat. That's it. I would be behind a plexiglass. I'll just work out. I'll read every day. For real. It wouldn't give me nothing but time to get my body right. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I'll work out twice a day, educate myself, hit the law library. I'll come out Dr. Boogie. That's it. Y'all heard about the one YouTube dude was trying to meet up with a 13-year-old girl? I don't know this guy's name, but he literally went to jail for it. That's why I don't be dealing with these content creators like that either. Because you don't know who's who. You just don't. You don't know behind, you don't know who's behind the avatar, first and foremost. That's like even with the self-improvement summit, everybody gets vetted before they come to the summit. Matter of fact, let me do a shameless plug. Self-improvement summit, September 4th, Atlanta, Georgia. Everybody gets vetted before they come to the summit. Like anybody can't just come. And I almost had a troll get through on the last one, and I caught it. I almost had a troll get through. And it's like, well, you're not going to show up to the summit acting crazy. You're just going to get your ass beat, and I'm going to call the police on you. But at the end of the day, you don't know who's behind these avatars, man. You just don't. Snapple top fact. You don't, man. You just don't, bro. So that's my thing about it, man. You just don't. So I'm very careful of who I associate myself with these days. I am. It might sound messed up, but man, if you got all kind of domestic violence charges and rape charges on your jacket, and I'm not doing a live stream with you. I'm sorry. That'd be crazy. I'm not doing no live stream with you. Like, how am I going to be out here talking about self-improvement and you come on my channel and I got some kind of dude with some kind of sexual assault charge? That's crazy, man. It ain't like I got a judge, but I ain't got to have you on my platform. Well, we see it every day. We see it every day. We see it every day. Dudes just sit around and talk about, oh, the community's messed up. Black men need to be doing this. And now put a pimp right there on their platform. He's talking about pimping out black women. But don't nobody say nothing. Don't nobody say nothing. And it is what it is. So, miss me with that, man. That's why I say, man, like the next person that tell me about black male empowerment, I'm running the other way because I know it's bullcrap. I know it's bullcrap. It sound good. It's a good talking point, but it ain't nothing real, man. Just being honest. You know what I mean? Like, imagine that. Somebody sitting around talking about black male empowerment and turn around and put a pimp right there for the world to see. Like, oh, this is who you choose to represent black men. Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Just being 100. But I understand you too, man. It's all about who you like. So if you like somebody, they're going to get away with anything. It's like, man, that's bullcrap right there, man. And then turn right back around talking about, yeah, the community's messed up. Like, what? Shit is ridiculous, man. Just my personal opinion. But don't nobody say nothing about that. Don't nobody say nothing about that. Everybody want to talk about when C Boogie did a live stream with Cynthia G. But don't nobody want to say nothing about that kind of shit. So it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm about to bust a move, y'all. Get up out of here. Y'all be cool. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Peace.